The 29th annual Greater Phoenix Jewish Film Festival returns this week with more than 24 films set to be screened in theaters across the valley. We welcome the festival's Assistant Executive Director, Niles Gratis, to Arizona Horizon. Good to have you here.
I just want to say I used to be Assistant Executive Director, but I am now the Artistic Director.
Oh my goodness, we got that wrong. Well, congratulations, I think, right?
Thank you. We're all volunteers, so there's no pay raise here.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the goal of the film festival. What do you want people to take from these films when they go and when they come home?
Well, you know, storytelling is a very important part of the Jewish history and experience, and our goal is to bring films from all over the world into the Valley so people can explore the history and experience, and they all have themes and connections to being Jewish. Doesn't mean you have to be Jewish to enjoy them, but you'll be able to respond and react and appreciate the films because of the universal themes.
One of the quotes I saw was connecting communities through cinema. Explain.
Yes. Well, you know, we represent certain areas. There are different sects of Judaism, and the different films can portray different sects of Judaism to each other and also to the world who are not Jewish.
How many films?
We have 28 films this season, but to get to 28 films, my screening teams have screened 135 films, and we filtered down the best ones, the creme de la creme, to be part of the festival.
Okay, how do you do that? How do you decide which films to feature?
Well, it's very subjective. There's no right or wrong. We have enough confidence in our people who are screening that together with the 40 screeners, we represent pretty much the audience in our valley, and that's how we choose the films.
Have you ever been involved with this and one of the films you really liked just didn't make the cut?
There are films that I haven't liked that made the cut because we are like department store buyers.
Yeah.
We have to buy for the general audience and not just our own perspective.
Let's talk about a couple of these films. We'll start with Soda. This is an Arizona premiere. It's called Soda. What's this all about?
Yeah, Soda is based on a true story. In 1954 in Israel, a group of Holocaust survivors and partisans who fought the Nazis are in a bottling plant making soda. A woman comes in, attractive woman, into the town. There's a love interest, but the mystery, the suspense is this person a capo? Did she help, as a Jew, did she help the Jews in the concentration camps? Did she govern them in terms of their work assignments?
Wow, it looks very intense. I mean, especially as this clip goes on, it looks pretty intense.
It's a drama and a mystery, yes.
There's a talk back with Israeli stars with this festival and with this. What does that mean?
Right. So for the first time, we are having an opening night in the Scottsdale Cultural Performing Arts Center, and we're having the stars of Soda come in to talk about the film afterwards, including Leo Raz. He was the lead actor in a series called Fauda, and he also had a role in Gladiator 2. So we'll be able to ask him and the female lead questions about the film.
All right, let's get to another film, Bad Shabbos. Kira Sedgwick and Method Man in this.
Yes, that's right. Bad Shabbos, a interfaith engaged couple want the families to meet and have a good impression. They have it in a New York apartment on Shabbos, Sabbath, Friday night. The monkey wrench is thrown into it because there's an accidental and weird kind of death. There's a body in the bathroom, and the goal is how to prevent the Catholic family meeting the Jewish family from knowing there's a body in the bathroom.
Little Woody Allen-esque, maybe?
Woody Allen and maybe a little Weekend at Bernie's, but funnier than that and less sophomoric than Weekend.
Kira Sedgwick and Method Man, these are some of the bigger names, I would imagine, in some of these films.
That's exactly right. And also David Palmier.
Okay.
Right.
All right, next film, Running on Sand, apparently a comedy, a little bit of a drama, too.
Yeah, Running on Sand, an Eritrean illegal alien in an Israeli airport is about to be sent back to Eritrea. He's mistaken by an Israeli soccer team for the soccer star that they want to resurrect their team. He plays along to pretend he's that star because he doesn't want to go back to Eritrea. It's a comedy, it's a drama, and it shows the ethnic diversity and cultural and racial diversity in Israel.
Interesting. All right, we got one more coming up here. I want to make sure we have time for this. This is one that caught my attention, and this Running Man obviously looks like a really good film.
Right.
I just love looking at the clips here. But Midas Man, if you're a Beatles fan, you know who Brian Epstein is.
Right.
And Midas Man goes over his short tragic, but at some point, just momentous life.
Yes, well, I was a Beatle fan. I didn't know too much about Brian Epstein, but he was a record store owner. He recognized the talent of the Beatles. He basically discovered them, put them together, managed them, and his creative force built them into the great band that they were. Plus the fact, in the 1960s, he was a gay man living in the closet, and it's a very interesting story about his life, something that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, a tragic life. He died young.
He had a tragic life. He died young, but what a creative and ambitious and man that the Beatles would not have existed without him, in my opinion.
It's as far as a film like this, and you got guys playing John, Paul, George, and Ringo here.
Right.
Can that be a little off-putting, or what do you think?
I'll tell you, these four guys did a tremendous job, and in resurrecting the Beatles and how they sang and their interaction with one another.
All right, everything's back in theaters now, right?
That's right. We show our films in the Shea, Harkins, and also Chandler and Peoria, and we're all back in theaters. Exactly right.
Are there options for those who still aren't comfortable going to theaters?
We always talking about that, but right now we're just in person in theaters. We may have special virtual screenings going forward, but that's in the works and nothing to announce at this point.
Okay, so 29 years, huh?
29 years old. That's
All right.
right.
To what do you attribute the success of this festival? Because it's grown. It seems like it's grown every year.
Yeah, I think we contribute because we have genres that the people respond to, and I think we understand that our audiences want certain kinds of films, and I think we are able to supply them in a way that they appreciate.
You think over the years you get doing even better at giving the audiences what they want?
We'll give them what they want, even if they don't want it.
They may not know they want it.
We think what they want.
Yeah, there you go. Well, nice gratis again. And what is your title?
Artistic director.
Artistic director.
Thank you.
All right,
so
Phoenix
much.
Jewish Film Festival. Congratulations on the festival and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.